Hope is when you hold on to something that is so abstract, that is so out of your control. It's scary because you don't know if what you're hoping for is what you get. Hi, my name is Navya. Last year, I came out to my mom, letting her know that I'm only into women. That's it. I do not like men romantically or physically. I just like women. My mom did seem very supportive. She was very encouraging, but I could see the slight disappointment on her face. That brought about a little rift between her and me. Like, we grew apart a little bit because I wanted her to come around at my convenience and I was not giving her the space. But at the same time, she wanted a little bit more understanding. So, and both of us were just not able to meet each other. I shut down. It reached a point where I would be in bed. It would be 9 in the morning. I can see that like the switch is right there. And there's this very strong calling from within which says that if I do not switch the light on right now, I'm going to be in bed for the rest of the day. I had recently moved to Mumbai to pursue law. And I was on a train from Dadar to Vile-Parle. And I think I had a anxiety attack or a panic moment where I froze and I did not know what to do in the train, and I had to shake myself off to get off at Vile-Parle station. And that's when I realized, okay, I think something is a little off. But the day I realized, oh my God, it's so difficult to just switch on the light and just so difficult to just get up and go about my day, is when I was like, okay, this is not me being me. And that was a little scary. And I think that finally pushed me into seeking help. Last few times I tried out therapy, the reason it did not work was also because I was not sure what I wanted. My ex-partner, she was like, Navya, I go for therapy at Amaha. How do you feel about that? And for me, that time, everything was very new. Amaha, therapy. I was still, coming into terms with a lot of things, and I'd already changed a few therapists in the past. So I was also a little aversive to it. But I think her telling me, hey, I've been for therapy. This is how it has worked out for me. Her sharing her experience was more of a push where I was like, okay, you know what? I need help. And that's how I came across Amaha, but also like therapy, solid therapy for the first time. I knew for a fact when I reached out to Amaha, that I wanted a queer-affirmative therapist. Because my sexuality and my relationship with my mom were so interlinked at that point. I knew I needed a queer-affirmative therapist. There was a roster of therapists, and I sat and I went through therapist after therapist. And then I came across Shrishti's profile, like the small bio that she had. And there was a small video where she's talking about what she's done till now and what her expertise looks like. And then I got on a call with someone from Amaha, and I was like, hey, listen, I want to book a therapy session. And that's how I came across Shrishti and I started my sessions. Every session from then has been that. It has not been me trying to fix myself or fix a problem or to find a solution to something. And it's not about reaching an end goal. And despite her telling that, hey, there is no one quick fix solution, I booked another session. And then I booked another session. Because slowly I started learning that things cannot be entirely fixed. But hey, things can be dealt with better. You see life with highs and lows, and you're always like, after the lows comes the high. And so it's also with problems is the same. Hey, right now things are not going okay, but tomorrow it will get better. But by better, it doesn't mean things will change, life is going to turn around and everything is just going to be, okay. It can also mean you being in a better space to deal with the not okay things. We recently started getting into the whole concept of schemas, and she asked me to be a little bit more observant on what my trigger points are. So I would make a note of what triggers me, how I've reacted to it, and what was I feeling in that moment. So over time, I started seeing a pattern, which I was able to discuss with her better. Doing it as and when I genuinely felt like it, I stopped being hard on myself on making it a regular thing. It wasn't difficult convincing her because the necessity of it was very much understood. But yes, it was met with a lot of aversion. But I think as parents, when they also see that their kids really need something, but a need that is going to just help them live a little better, I think they do come around. When your plate is already overflowing, when you're already so drained, and when you're already so down, for me personally, I did not have the energy in me to look for alternatives, to look for some other sort of help, and therapy was right there. It was right in my face in the means of coming in social media, being suggested by friends, being suggested by a lot of family like cousins. I didn't think of going for anything else or searching anywhere else because it was right there. It's been a lot easier saying no. It's been a lot easier asking for space. I do not explicitly remember situations, but I remember so many sessions where I'm telling Shrushti, last week I said no. This happened and I said no, Shrushti, and I stood up for myself. And it seems naive because it seems like such a small thing, but I also know so many people struggle with saying no. Initially, it was me trying to fix a lot of other things in my life. It was me trying to fix relationships external to me, or friendships that were external to me. Things that were a part of my life but not a part of me. But the day I realized I want therapy for myself, to be able to deal with my feelings better, to be able to give myself that space, when I started looking at therapy as self-love and doing it something for myself, when I realized that I need to stick with it. I've had so many sessions here where I've come to meet Shrushti and I would see a mother and a child sitting there, or a dad and a daughter sitting there, and a little part of me would be like, if only Amma could come with me. My relationship with my mom is still pretty much the same, but I've been learning to deal with it better. She, over the past 1 year, has been very supportive, has come around to my sexuality. I still have anxiety attacks, I still have panic attacks, but they don't go on for hours where I'm again restricted to my bed, where I'm restricted to my room, where I'm cancelling plans. Might not fix everything, but helps me deal with life a lot better. So I think on a regular basis, hope looks like being able to get through the day with small achievements, just going for a walk. Because hey, I did that for myself. So recognizing what I need and just being able to do something for myself is what hope looks like.